Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Did I make it in time into Zencaster without anyone seeing
Um,
it? Did I screw it up? Nope.
I don't
No,
know.
I
There's
didn't.
only one way to find out.
Nope. Now I'm there. Now I'm there.
Yeah, you're there. Hey, bud.
I keep forgetting I gotta remute Zencaster after we do 6-1 stuff.
Yeah.
There's been an issue
you
with
do
Mike's.
everything?
There's been an issue with Mike's camera where it's just not working through Discord.
Huh.
So we just do everything through there now until it gets
That's
fixed.
strange.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
Oh boy, they're in for a strange start to the show. Let me tell you.
What, the gang right here?
The audience, yeah, our community.
Why?
Oh, I have some stories from today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to talk to you about it. I wanted to save it for the show to get your in real time reaction.
Like my reacts. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
It's been a
excited.
day.
I want to know. Oh, listen, I think I can agree there, my friend. It has been a day, a shit one at that. But just for me, I don't want to be a buzzkill.
Again, you're allowed to.
Oh, I almost gave everybody the Zencaster link so that they can get this call.
Oh boy, that would have been something.
That would have been something indeed. Oh, you know what I meant? I know what I did wrong. Oh my goodness. What would I?
Hey everyone, here's the Zencaster link. Come on in.
Hey, come on in. It's a weird episode.
Hi Sherbull, Hi Stingray. How you guys doing?
Hello. Hello.
Oh boy.
Ask me about my mental health. Now, if you think, Kyle, that just because I'm sad because my dog has cancer, if you think I'm not gonna have my dog's gonna die soon joke in the show somewhere,
Oh jeez. Thank you for telling me so I can prepare.
yeah, you can prepare the.
Okay.
It's in your pocket.
Okay.
It's in your pocket. So
Did I get him?
what? Is it one of those lantern things?
No, it's a fly.
Because I'm about to rope-a-dope some. I got my windows like cracked. I gotta just how the AC's built. It's like purposely cracked a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta find like some like tape that's not gonna rip the paint off.
Ah, yeah.
To like
Do painter's
conceal
tape.
it. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Painter's tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're getting in this house, and I do think I'm to blame.
So what happened with the newfound flies who are Jiminy reincarnated, I think we came to be last week. I had couch issues. The new one's finally here. I don't know if I talked about it on the show last week. Maybe after show? I don't remember.
I think the after show.
Basically, the guy that came out was very upset that they called him out just to lower the seat, the footrest. He was like, they called me out here for that? Anyways, the new different guys came, did what the last crew should have done, popped off the top, the back, and take it out, no problem. Got the new couch. The issue, though, is to get it down here, that's the door going outside.
Yeah.
So I have to have that door wide open.
Oh, no.
And so that's how the flies have gotten in here.
Oh, and they've probably made a nest.
1,000,000%.
Oh, no, that's
so all day I'm
sorry.
like swatting around and nobody could really see them on camera. So I look insane.
Oh, my God. Mr. Popo writes, Joe, are you purposely going to let yourself get out of jail in Starfield just to see how it works? Have you seen this, Kyle?
I have. I know you're excited about it. I want the people who are lawful good and will just sit in jail until their sentence is over. What's your playtime on Starfield? Oh, man, 80,000 hours. I haven't moved once. I do my time, I get rec time, and then I go back to the cell.
What I want to do, I think, in my Starfield run, when I'm being like an outlaw, is get indicted 4 times.
Make sure you have a clown for a lawyer, too.
That's right.
With
Me and
hair
my buddy
dye,
Rudy.
the hair dye that, melts in the sun.
He's going to be my personal Chewbacca. Instead of it like going, it's like all nonsense words, you know?
Speaking of Chewbacca,
Yeah.
I saw a very adorable TikTok this morning
Ooh.
of a couple at Disneyland, Disney World, either or, finding the Disney Ray and Chewbacca, and they asked Ray, if you could have any animal companion, who would you have? And she said a porg in front of Chewbacca. And then
Okay.
and the Chewbacca actor like lowered his jaw and like slack and just like and was all mad and walked away. Yeah, it's like, what about me? And then they imagined like putting a porg on Ray's shoulder and whatnot. And then the Chewbacca imaginarily took the porg, ate it, and walked out.
That's cute. I saw something like slightly similar of Universal Studios, where in the Super Mario Land or whatever, there's a proposal. Dude proposes to his girlfriend, right? And like Mario and Luigi are clapping, but then Luigi just kind of like becomes unimpressed. He's like, whatever.
I think I saw that one.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he like turns away. He's like, whatever, loves to lie. Like, who broke your heart, Luigi?
What up, Jacob Hudson? What up, Savoy? How are we?
What up? How is everybody tonight? We're gonna be going live in about 4 minutes. Just letting everybody get in the room, getting settled as we talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this summer has been really dry for news. So we've just been getting weird with it. I hope you guys like us getting just a tad weird. You know?
By the way,
I've been enjoying it.
we are for sure gonna do the after show thing tonight, right?
Yeah, I'll just wing it, dude. What's the purpose of life anymore?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Good.
You're gonna get a sympathy win. Is that what you want to hear?
That is what I want to
Is that
hear.
what you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, Savoy.
Hey,
what's
listen,
going on?
some of us need a win sometimes, show. I say
Yeah,
to the
you're
man
telling
who
me.
is very sad right now.
Okay, what's my Windows doing? It's giving me updates every minute. It's like first off, I never wanted the mail. Stop giving me mail notifications. Yelp from North Jersey, stop it. Canva, what are we doing here? I'll fight you. All right, we're good.
It listened. It knew.
It was like, I'm like, what's going on? Oh my God. My goodness. How's everybody doing tonight? What's everybody playing tonight? I have not played a gosh dang thing. Oh, that's a lie. I played like a little bit of a thing for like 5 minutes. We're going to talk about it on the show. But I'm in the, here's where I'm at, Kyle.
Yeah.
I'm in the rut of big games about to come out next week. May have a code for something.
Ooh.
Why should I start anything?
Yeah, I hear you.
So like that's where I'm at. I'm like,
I'm literally just
Armored
filling
Core.
my time until Baldur's Gate on PlayStation comes. That's literally all I'm doing is biding my time. Not to say I'm not having fun with the game that I played last night for a huge chunk, which we'll talk about later, but I just want to play that game so bad.
dude, I can't wait. This is like, it really is a Kyle ass game. Like you're gonna really enjoy it. So depressed right now, I would be playing it. Like
Yuna opening night live is next Tuesday. Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Ooh, Savoy, how is Midnight Fight Express? I haven't jumped in yet. I know it just came
Midnight
to
Fight Express,
the PS Plus Extra.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
First off, I thought I made a really funny tweet today, and I was really,
I haven't been on Twitter that much today.
it's really funny. At least I
Wait,
do.
can I take a guess?
Okay, please.
Okay. It's either. All right, I know Joe. It's not the serious you're being healthy and doing great, which is awesome to see because that's not funny, that's just inspirational.
Yeah.
It's either Bloodborne related.
It is Bloodborne.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that or Starfield.
Yeah. First guess.
What was it?
It goes, what would you do for a Bloodborne remake? And I go, me. And it's you offered. It's the TikTok of the guy asking his friend, going, "You're offered $100 million," and before he's even done asking the question, his friend goes, "I'm gonna suck it." He's like, "Damn, dude, you didn't even let me finish." Damn.
Oh boy.
That TikTok, I call them reels. I'm an Insta type of guy.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I go to Insta for my memes. That has like been curing my literal depression. That one meme, I just find it in my heart and in my very soul hilarious.
So
Thank you, Savoy.
So Kenneth, let us know how Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood is. I like the art style of that one, big time.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's time.
I think it's time as well.
Are
Kyle.
we recording in Zencaster, Joe?
We are now.
Okay, good. All right, we'll see you in a second.
Oh, wait, no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we're talking about that $1 billion Embracer deal that fell through, the detachable disc drive that has been spotted, and Kyle rolls his eyes, our opening night live predictions, the THQ Showcase, Spider-Man 2 accessibility goes full Matrix, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night over at youtube.com at PS Trophy Room at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But with all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, dude?
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's been a day.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited to get into, but life.
I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, let me get the elephant out of the room.
I want you to start so I don't look like the ass who goes funnies before you talk about serious things.
You're right. Seriousness and then levity. God knows we need that the most nowadays. I just want to first and foremost, just like how I did last week, thank everybody for their love, kindness, and support for me and the Bad Bit family. As our family dog was sick last week, we had no idea what it was. And now we found out, unfortunately, Doggo's Marty McFly Moran has cancer, stomach cancer. Good news, bad news. He has a few months. So I get to give him some pets. I get to give him extra treats. Like today, I gave him 3 pieces of cheese.
Yeah.
Just because I could. Because you know what? Let's just roll the dice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it sucks. So it's hard to be happy in times like these. And I was telling Kyle, depending on the news and when it fell, I may not be here this week, but I felt like if anybody needed an escape this week, it was absolutely me. So that said, please keep that love, that kindness coming, because we can definitely use it. We're all taking turns on being sad in the house.
I mean,
yesterday was me. Today is my mother.
Yeah. I love you. We love you very much. Sorry to hear it, but we kind of talked about it. At least it's both a good and bad thing. But I had a very similar feeling when we had to put our dog down a few months ago on the day we recorded, and I came here just because I needed to distract myself, and that helped a huge amount.
That was during the PlayStation Showcase.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation had the audacity of giving a trailer of a wolf dying.
Oh, yeah, Neva. Jesus. Oh, I know Neva very well. It is ingrained in my brain.
Even everybody in the chat right now, because we are live. Thank you all so very much, man. Again, everybody's being so gosh darn great. So thank you all very much. And you know what? Shout out to Luke Lore, because he won our dog Deadpool. We were betting on which dog was going to go first, his dog or mine, because they were both on the way out. And so it looks like his dog wins.
Well, was this the joke you told me to prepare for? Okay.
Yep.
All right, good. I'm just making sure.
Oh, no, Kyle, I got another one coming.
Oh, jeez.
This is just the beginning. No, but honestly, you know, I'm taking it way better than I thought I would. So there's that. And I'm ready just to talk about PlayStation. I now need some levity. I've been a bummer thus far. So Kyle, bum us out.
You're allowed to be bummed out, because when you say that, all the times that I've been bummed out, you're calling me a clown without saying it.
No, it's just like I don't want someone in the car going, "Oh my god,
I get
long
it.
is this guy gonna go on about his dog?" You know.
All right. Well, here, I'll tell you about my day today. It was both a good and a bad day. So, you know, woke up like any normal day. It's great. You know, going to work here. My long commute of going down 2 flights of stairs. It's a long drive. But I had my new couch delivered today. It's here. Thank goodness. Nice. Finally. I haven't sat in it yet. I'm waiting until I can actually relax, because if I sat in it, I'd probably fall asleep and I'm not going to be here.
Fair.
But when they were coming and they called me, they were here, I go upstairs and I see my mom and my dad sitting next to each other, and they both look pissed off. Right? I go, uh-oh, what happened? And so my dad is on speakerphone with somebody. And long story short, because I'll get to the actual, you know, fun, exciting thing. My mom got a scam email that she thought was real. She started freaking out and yelled at my dad. My dad then called the number in the email and gave access to this person on his computer. And he was, you know, didn't get far enough to like actually get like any bank information. Thank God.
Okay.
But then after the couch or whatever, they tell me that the guy, the scammer, gave him another phone number to call whenever my dad needed him, right? I know, it's very weird. So I was like, all right, give me the number. I want to call this dude. Give me the number. So I call it, right? And it goes straight to voicemail, because what I expected. It's a California number, which doesn't matter, because they use a service called, I think, Text Now, where you can just get a number anywhere.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Like WhatsApp.
Yeah. So I called. I left a very nasty message, which is not going to be said here, because I don't have the fast enough reflexes to bleep myself in time. And then I'm going about my business. I'm working, whatever. I receive a phone call from the number. And the guy goes, "Hi, is this?" And he says my dad's name. And I go, "Oh, no. That's not my dad. This is his son." And then I ripped into him. Like,
nice.
Like, you know, I'm a very patient, kind person. I don't say a lot of mean things. The most vile things come out of my mouth. And then we hang up on each other. And then he calls me 5 times in a row. Well, I pick up, and then it's instantly right back to yelling and screaming at each other and cursing each other out and telling like, I'm going to kick your ass and all that stuff, back and forth for a good 5-10 minutes. And then
I like this new Kyle. This new Kyle's rough and tough.
Then my sister did the same thing. And my sister is like the opposite of me. She has no problem giving it to people, even if they don't deserve it. She has no problem yelling at them. And so she made a fake number and called him back. And then they started this whole thing, and he said some vile things to her that I cannot repeat here. It was a good solid hour, and I felt really good about myself. And now we're here.
Some steam.
Yeah. I might call him every once in a while and be like, "Hey, how you doing? F you."
And what are you, Irish? Bam. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, because gamers, they're getting really good. Like, now they're using AI. So
scammers, not gamers.
No, not gamers, scammers.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Because my grandma actually called me. She's like, I got a phone call from my brother saying that he needs money.
Yeah.
And to send it to because he needs to make bail, send it to this place right now.
When I was in college, a scammer called my grandmother and like upset, acting like he was me, that I was in jail in Canada and I couldn't get home unless my grandmother sent him $10,000 immediately. And my grandmother was like, "Oh no, Kyle, are you okay?" And then called my parents, and my dad goes, "What? He's playing broomball in a co-ed league. What are you? What?
He's playing D&D right now.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
So it happens. They're getting way too clever with it. I reported the phone number to that text now company, so hopefully they get shut down for a little bit, and some, people won't get scammed. But it's like my mom showed me the email. It's literally like 101, this is a scam. The email was from some guy named Craig at Gmail, not the actual company. The whole email was a JPEG image. Like none of the links you click and you touch brings you to like a phone number or website, whatever. It just brings up the image. Technically it's my mom's fault because my dad knows to show me show me the things first before he acts. My mom was just furious because it was like a $300 charge, they said. And just immediately was like, you need to do something. I was like, yeah. This could have been avoided.
It could have been avoided. What is this, PlayStation Direct? Why?
Yeah, come on. You know what? I need to use that the next time I try PlayStation Direct.
There you go.
I got some words.
That said, talking about depression spending for just a second. I was in my feelings and I paid off my student loans. Congratulations to me. But I also went out and said, you know what? Let me just treat myself. I deserve it, though I know I'm getting the Armored Core limited edition. I went out and I bought for $111 the Final Fantasy 16 DualSense.
Ooh, I'm jealous. Where'd you find it?
I'm not taking it out of the box. It was a Wario link, and I was like, I'm depressed enough to not think about this.
Fair.
And then all it took was 3 clicks later, and Apple Pay coming in for the win. So I didn't even have to think about putting in my info.
That's awesome.
And I got the DualSense, so that's coming in a few weeks.
That's cool. Yeah.
Everything works out.
Yeah.
Everything works out. That said, everybody, before we talk about all the latest and greatest in all things PlayStation, a little bit of housekeeping. Head on over to the Trophy Room store. We got new merch. House Slanger, House Banger. I love.
Shout out to
we love.
Matt Kennedy, I think, tweeted us today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tweeted us his swag. He's got a cup. He's got a shirt that says something
House Banger, baby.
I don't like it. I like that Savoy's having my back. House Slanger, let it slang high, let it sling low.
Sling it high, sling it high, sling it high, sling it high. You sling it low, sling it low, sling it low. Shout out to Space Jam. Great soundtrack.
Oh, Kyle, I love this new you. Let's keep this up forever.
Shout out to Celsius. That's why I have the energy right now.
That's what's giving you your energy. Oh,
yeah.
All right, everybody. It's time for our Patreon pitch. Of course, if we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it definitely helps us out if you send us over $1 our way over at patreon.com/@PS Trophy Room. And speaking of all the platinum members, your shirts are coming. I'm going to be notifying you in the next week or two to be sending out your Sony Pony Express shirts.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! I want to thank our newest member, Solo, at the Platinum tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our Platinum producers, Jay Shea, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Millennial Falcon Gaming, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, in Chris the Wizard. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Darth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hayden Doors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, Red Arrow, The Aegis Hermit, and Drososaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller, Brenton Zachary, Brenty Blob, Bubble Boy N7, Captain Logan, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, M9 Prime, Stone Cold Tino, Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Spam and Bamman, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Rick Davis, and Suddy. Love you, Suddy. Thank you so much. And of course, Patreon, it helps, keeps the lights on, keeps the mics going. Right now, we're saving up for a new rig because mine's about to go. So every bit helps, you know? That'll be the fun depression spending. Being able to buy a rig that doesn't scream at me when I turn it on. It's going to be great.
Now that my computer's like actually in use more than it used to be, it's doing some things that I'm not okay with.
Right?
Like the screen just turned off randomly the other day. And like my mouse keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. I'm like, oh, please stay together. Please. Come on. I have $15 to my name right now.
Fair enough. I just pay my student loans. I got $16 to my name.
Woo!
Kyle. Ooh-wee. All right. It's finally time to square up the news.
First bit of news comes from Tom Ivan over at VGC. Tom writes, collapsed $2 billion Embracer deal was reportedly with Saudi-funded Savvy Games. The Swedish company announced in May that a major deal had fallen through unexpectedly at the last minute, causing it to slash its earnings forecast, but it didn't reveal who the partnership was with. Axios reportedly learned the identity of the counterparty from several sources said to be familiar with the deal, although they weren't able to confirm why Savvy backed out of the planned partnership. According to Embracer CEO Lars Wingefors, the partnership collapsed following 7 months of negotiations. The company said the deal would have included over $2 billion in contracted development revenue over a 6-year period. Savvy acquired an 8.1% stake in Embracer for $1 billion in June of 2022. The Swedish company owns entertainment rights for The Lord of the Rings, as well as popular gaming franchises like Tomb Raider and Borderlands. Embracer, which is due to report its first quarter earnings on August 17th, announced in June a restructuring plan which would see some game studios closed and some projects canceled. Savvy was established using the Public Investment Fund, or the PIF, the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabia that is central to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's goal of making the country's economy less reliant on proceeds from oil. The PIF has also been used to make significant investments in Nintendo, Electronic Arts, Take-Two, and Activision Blizzard. It was reported last September that Savvy planned to invest a further $37.8 billion in games industry acquisitions, including around $13 billion to acquire a leading game publisher.
Ooh, thank God they didn't do that. Well, I don't know, Kyle. This seems like we got further like confirmation that this, we know who it was that backed out of the deal. I think a lot of people thought it was Amazon that kind of killed this deal because he saw tendrils of things like, I know Amazon's making a Tomb Raider show and Amazon has a Lord of the Rings show. So you're thinking, well, maybe there was something tying these two together. I want to know, though, for you, my friend, how does this make you feel? Where do you think THQ kind of goes next? I know they just had a showcase. Sorry, Embracer. What did I say?
THQ.
Tomato. Yeah. I know THQ just had their showcase, but I don't know. Where do you think this kind of takes them? Because they had such a massive idea of like, we have 100+ studios working on games.
Mm-hmm.
Where does it go from here, Kyle?
Slow down. I really think, and I hope that what was it, Lars? Yeah. I hope Lars reevaluates the way he's building it out. I just feel like he went too big too quick, and I feel like that deal falling through, if I was him, would have me reevaluate how many projects, how many studios, how many things are piling on, and really focus on like high quality things. Yeah. Making sure the games that I have, the IP that I already have, make sure they're good instead of just middling things, because then it's just like it's like a slow burn down descent into like
it makes me kind of ask myself, how many of these deals, just based on word and a handshake, or even just like yeah, we got your back, actually exist out there in this industry alone. Because to me, acting in such a way that like Lars and crew have over this like, deal that was kind of like a handshake agreement, not on any type of parchment, just makes me kind of scratch my head, but also kind of makes me think of what type of relationship that these two parties had with each other. So like a part of me is kind of thankful because the Saudi government isn't the most tolerant of folks out there. So to see them have less influence is always a great thing.
Agreed.
At the same exact time, I think what you're talking about, Kyle, like this reassessment also comes with a reassessment of the company as a whole and getting rid of folks, getting rid of teams and developers just strictly because we got to realign ourselves. And that's the thing that's a real bummer in all of this.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
In one hand, it's like, okay, we don't have this, what we feel, this foreign influence that is a negative one in games. But at the same exact time, you're right. I think THQ, their eyes got way too big for their stomach. Like it seemed like every other month they were acquiring something.
Yeah.
And some of it made sense. Like real talk, limited run, I actually think was a huge pickup for them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just think about this. As physical media, sadly, I will agree with you, sadly is going the way of the dodo. You're seeing limited run games going, hey, we'll make physical prints of games X, Y, and Z. You're seeing them do like limited edition, like things for like Jedi Fallen Order and stuff like, or sorry, Jedi Survivor and stuff like that. So like some pickups have been smart, but others just have yourself like kind of like scratching your head as to like why does this really make sense? How does this really benefit you? Because I really do think that Embracer wanted to be the king of the AA space,
king of the castle.
I have a chair, and now they're kind of flailing, and it kind of sucks to see.
I view them as many gamers are, including myself, where you just buy a new game even though you have plenty in the backlog you can play.
Yes.
They're just snatching up the studios because, oh, that looks cool. Oh, that's a really nice idea. Oh, it's real pretty. Let me buy it so you can be under our umbrella, and then it just is like forgotten about, or they focus or switch focus and go somewhere else. Yeah. I think having the amount of money available to spend doesn't mean you should always spend it. And now he put himself and the whole company in thousands upon thousands, maybe even millions of people that work for him. Maybe not that much, but like in danger of losing a lot.
Yeah,
which is not good.
And you're even seeing it like when you think about like acquisitions, like think about like the way like the Activision Blizzard deal has been happening. With Xbox, even them. Even people within the Xbox circle kind of admitting or hearing from their side going like, yeah, their eye has been a little off the ball because they're distracted getting this deal done. Right. So like, even as I think Microsoft and Sony have been more, I guess, careful about their acquisitions, and lack of better words again,
sure.
Dog not feeling good, my brain's somewhere else.
Yeah.
But like, please give me the benefit of the doubt. But like, you're even seeing like acquisitions, the scope and the scale do take your eye off the game, and to see even again like companies like Microsoft do it, I feel like the better way. You see, it takes their eye off the ball. So like thinking about THQ right now, it's like their eye must have not even been on the board. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. I hope we get some type of reassessment, some realignment, and sure, that's going to go with some redundancies, and people are going to unfortunately lose their jobs, but hopefully the ship can be turned so not everybody out there is losing their jobs.
Agreed.
And it's the sad reality of it. But yeah, the word I wanted to say was more responsible.
Fair.
So the likes of like Microsoft and Sony.
Yep.
And I think what we saw out of Embracer was a bit of irresponsible spending. You're right, spending to spend it because, inflation, and that's your excuse,
or they're
but you
scared they're
don't
gonna
have to.
lose out on a major IP.
Yes.
Someone else is gonna get it, and then in their eyes, their portfolio is gonna be weaker because they don't go out and grab this thing.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Kyle, I want to talk about why people are here. Why people click the link.
I can't wait for
Why
this
we're going to have
conversation.
a nice little back and forth.
I
A
can't
gentleman's
wait
duel.
for this conversation. The next bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Michael Leary over at PS Lifestyle. Michael writes, video of PS5 with a detachable disk drive leaked. Twitter user BWE_dev claimed they had video of the same console as the one seen in the leaked photo, which they later backed up with the above post. The person rotates the system around and shows almost all sides of it. While it remains to be seen how it all works and how the disk drive actually attaches, it gives a little better view of its unique dimensions. They also later noted that this was just a shell of the system. The small showcase also demonstrates how there are two USB-C ports on the front instead of one USB-A port and one USB-C port that are in the current models of the PS5. The video, however, doesn't show off the system's backside. That's for OnlyFans.
I love you so much, Kyle. Please, Celsius, sponsor us so we can just get
that is
Kyle all
one
of it.
sponsor that we will actually actively take.
That's right. That's right. All right. There's two questions here. I don't know which one should go first. I'm going
ready.
to go with Ace Insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Ace Insane writes in, just like you can too, head on over to our Discord server. People say it's the biggest Discord server in the video game industry and the most positive and uplifting and funny community out there. So you could, click that description. It's there. Join us. There's new people joining every day. And you get to write in your questions. Submit them each and every Wednesday. I get to pick them out on the show, just like Ace Insane, who writes, hey guys, pretty straightforward question. If the leaked PlayStation 5 Slim model is accurate, assuming no power or other improvements, is this not completely pointless? Seems like very minimal changes in size and cosmetics. P.S. Kyle, you are absolutely right. A detachable disc drive PS5 is an asinine idea. If you want the option to be disc or digital, that's what a disc model PS5 is for.
Thank you, Ace Insane.
Kyle,
Joe.
for what we know, it's only like a little slimmer. It's a little shorter.
You're telling me
And
there's a line at the top? Oh, cool.
There's two lines. It's a racing stripe. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool,
Okay.
I saw a Toyota Corolla with a racing stripe on it today.
All right, Ricky
Anything's
Bobby's dad.
Exactly. This is not cocaine. It's just Fruit Loops. So, Kyle,
Yeah.
you saw this design.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, this guy's wielding it with one hand. I'm like, absolutely, this is just the chassis of this thing.
Yeah, of course.
You're not wielding a PS5 one-handed like that.
I like how you reference it as a wielding. Like he's going into battle with this thing.
That said, though, I'm going to say it.
Why?
I like the design.
You're nuts.
I like it.
You are
It's cool.
insane to me.
How am I insane?
Joe, it is literally the disc version of the PS5.
Okay, but without it.
You just like spending money you don't have to.
Kyle, all right, here's how I know.
The insides are going to be the same.
Sure, of course it is. Listen.
So you're just buying another digital version that you can attach a disc thing to.
It's cool. It's cool.
So is this thing right here that has a disc. I could put a racing stripe on this one.
Well, then go. Well, why haven't you done it yet, Kyle?
Because I don't feel the need to.
Here's the thing you forget about the racing strip.
Are you high
any
right
type of
now?
thing.
What's going on?
I don't know. Well, are you a cop? Listen,
I am.
remember that Toyota Corolla I said that had a racing stripe? 2006
Yeah,
Toyota
yeah.
Corolla.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. It's 5% cooler because of that racing strip.
The guy who owns that also has syphilis, so I don't know. What do you want?
I'm not saying every one of his decisions in life were great, but that one was. No, I listen. I All right, let's get to the brass tacks of this question. All right. Is it asinine? Is this dumb? Outside looking in, I have no horse in this race, Kyle.
I know
I
you
have a
just
PS5.
bring it up to make me upset.
Yeah. And for me, I'm thinking if I'm PlayStation, I need to lower the cost of making this console,
Mhm.
right? What better way of just eliminating one SKU and just having literally just one SKU and giving people the illusion that the price is cut because this console will be at the end of the day $400. So all of a sudden now you have a mainline PlayStation 5 up against your competition, the Xbox Series X, and you could talk about sales numbers all day, whatever. I get it, selling well, but like up against the Series X, and now it's all of a sudden $100 cheaper. And the allure now is that people come into your ecosystem and they're not going to GameStop anymore. All right. Yeah, they're going straight to you to go buy their games digitally. And you give them the allure of an option by having that disk drive in there so that they could go to GameStop, but people won't, right? Like just seeing how digital is trending, it just makes sense. So if you're Sony, I get it. I get it. The idea of this system is silly. But if you're Sony, don't you see it makes sense?
Can you enlighten me and everyone at home?
Okay.
What is the difference right now in price from digital to disc?
$100.
Okay. So, in my mind, just discount the disc version to the digital version and it solves the same issue. Cuz it's not like the disc version can only play physical media games. The digital version, that's all digital only. But the disc version, you can also buy digital games and play it on. So this slim version, being a digital forward thing with a detachable disc drive, is just like them, again, back to Embracer, just spending money they don't have to. They could have just discounted the disc version and make a smaller version of that. Like, I understand people want a digital-only thing. That's totally fine. But it's not like the disc version can't play digital games already.
And again, you're seeing it through the Ace Insane perspective, which isn't wrong. But I'm thinking about it through I'm the suit and tie. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, this was a great idea before all this inflation nonsense started happening, the chip shortages, whatnot have you. Now we can find ourselves a way to make things cheaper, not just on the manufacturing side, because you're thinking if I'm making two SKUs of a different product, right? The innards of that PlayStation 5 digital is slightly different than the PlayStation 5 with a disc. So all of a sudden now I have two separate trays that I'm making both PlayStation 5s on, right? All of a sudden I'm making two different types of shells. So they're literally just trying to simplify it, going, here is a one and done solution. It's $400 and you have the option of buying the disc.
But Joe, it takes hours just to get access to the SSD slot to put in a new SSD. It takes hours to unscrew that thing.
Minutes.
I know.
To me, I actually think the now here's where I'll get shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. They should have improved on the PlayStation 5's design.
Yes, I'm with you on that one.
To me, the real problem with the PlayStation 5's design, everybody, I get it. You're about to fight me. I don't think it's an ugly console. I roll my eyes every time. It's like, it's so big. I gotta, break my roof to just fit in the room like that. Like, ha. The problem I have with the PlayStation 5 is I can't lay it down horizontally, right? I need that dumb stand in order to do it. It seems like with this PlayStation 5, quote unquote, Slim, you still need that dumb stand to lay it down. That's where I think is the cardinal sin with the design of the PlayStation 5. It's not that it's super big. It's not that it's super long. It's just I can't lay it down without a goddamn screw.
Listen,
and a stand that I'd lose.
I'm with you on this idea. I mean, I'm glad the flaps are still flapping because I enjoy that part of the design.
I'm listening. The fan is making a noise in my room, and it's annoying me.
Okay. It's just that where was I going before the fan? Where was I saying? Oh, I am with you on the fact that you should have taken the opportunity to do a brand new looking PS5 if you're going to slim it down. Yeah. Like the PS4, I think when it first came out, I loved that design. But to see how they changed it up over time, I loved it. I even loved the 3-tiered sandwich PS4 Pro. That was cool too. Yeah. But it's just like
Bobby Miller in chat. Let's keep it PG, okay? He says everybody lays down to screw. Let's keep it PG, okay?
I mean, I've seen videos that disprove that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, me and Luke's mom would very much disagree.
Oh boy.
What we do with that Porter John.
I would rather, and I think you would agree with me on this one. Yeah. I would rather them spend that R&D money for a detachable disk drive design on this Slim and put it towards, making sure Project Q is up to snuff and at the most advanced it could be, making PSVR2 even better than it already is, or put it into your streaming and your cloud stuff that we talked about last week. Like, use that money for that could actually, that solves a problem. This doesn't solve a problem. This is just another option. Again,
I think it solves a manufacturing problem. It streamlines it.
I feel like it would give more opportunity for something to go wrong if you're manufacturing another piece. You remember when PS4s first came out and the HDMI thing on the back, some of them were hiding or over the port stuff and you couldn't plug in an HDMI? That's a manufacturing thing. So if you're going to make a detachable disk drive, what if something goes wrong with those batches? There's just just another step that could make something go wrong.
I think you're in your feelings here, Kyle.
I think you just are poking the bear just to poke the bear. Deep down in your heart, this whole thing is dumb.
No, again, to me, I feel like, remember, it's a revision, first and foremost. I would hate to call this a slim model, right? And I think a lot of people, one meme in particular had me dying. I think Okami Games tweeted out, it's like the PS5, and it's a guy really close to his camera, and it's like the PS5 Slim. It's the same guy, but he just moved away a little bit, took 5 steps back. I get people are taking the piss out of it. This was never a quote unquote slim thing. Slim is great for SEO. It's the problem nowadays when you're titling anything like how we titled it, PlayStation 5 Slim, SEO. Like, we want our content to be seen. That's what we put out there.
Don't even get me started on the real world things of making slim being the more attractive option. Don't get me started on that rabbit hole, because I'll be here all night.
All right, Lizzo, let's relax. So, like, to me, very topical this evening. So, like, to me, I feel like it's more like the PlayStation 4 with the matted cover more than it's like the PlayStation 4 Slim, right? That's how I'm kind of treating this revision of the console. It's like, it's not so much slim, it's a little smaller, but it is something that streamlines their process in order to get more of these consoles out. And to me, that's the biggest, challenge, is like getting this thing cheaper for people to make more of them, so that more people have and get a chance to get their hands on the console. That said, Brody writes in, "What's up, guys? Hoping, hello all. Oh wait, oh no, Brody,
you're okay.
Don't
you're
worry.
okay.
I got. I'll wing it. Hope all is well. Are you going to be getting a PlayStation 5 Slim? If so, what design changes do you like to be compared to the current models? Or what design change do you feel that could have been better? Thank you for always delivering amazing shows." Well, thanks, Brody, for the amazing question, Brody. So, Kyle.
Yeah.
You're not getting this PlayStation 5 Slim.
No. Currently, in what I know about it now, I am not. If for some reason this changes into this PS5 Slim is really the PS5 Pro, and it is an upgrade on the inside, then I'll heavily consider it for the more power. But if it's just a smaller version of what I already have, I don't need it.
Yeah, same. I take it like the one big beneficial thing is like the 2 USB-C ports in the front. That's a game changer. I think if you're a PlayStation 5 user and a PSVR 2 user, you know that like you have to balance, or you have to kind of juggle between like, oh, for example, SteelSeries. A lot of the headset manufacturers use that USB-C slot. Now all of a sudden, I'm out a PSVR 2 slot. So like I can't wear my headphones, my awesome headphones I just paid for, with my PSVR 2. That sucks. So that's the one benefit I have to the console. But to me, I think the change that they lacked was just being able to lay this thing down on its side. Like the good Lord intended. I hate that I have the PS5 standing up and the Xbox Series X standing up because they just look goofy.
I kind of like it vertical. I used to be a horizontal boy, but I kind of like it vertically now.
You make me sick. That being said, though, at the end of the day, when we're like, we are really splitting hairs here. Yeah. Because I'm not staring at my PS5 when I'm playing my games.
Absolutely not. No. I'm staring at the controller to make sure it's hit the right buttons.
Exactly. That said, though, would you like a update to the PS5 that turns the lights off?
No.
Like of the console itself, or the dim. Sometimes the light distracts me a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I can see it happening, but it doesn't bother me too much. What would you want the redesign to actually look like? Because that was part of Brody's question. I can't think of anything other than go full pyramid with it. Just take the PS4 Pro and keep adding layers.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think most of the PlayStation's designs mimic that of like architecture of like skyscrapers.
Yeah.
Like PS2 looks like a business building. The PS3 looks like a headquarters of some kind, right? Like the PS4 even looks like a big ass like building.
Yeah.
And to an extent, yeah, the PS5 does look like Sauron's eye. So,
or like it came straight out of Dubai or something like that.
Exactly. So as I'm saying that, I want the Okami Game Sphere. Mimicked straight from the big giant eyeball in Nevada.
Oh my God. Do you, what was it before even 4 came out? There was an orb, right? Like someone made up what was it, PS6, and it was just like a water orb or whatever it was.
I think it wasn't that like a PS2 advert back in the day?
Something like that.
Is that the one with the
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Nightmare Fuel that was.
I have no idea what even the next iteration of consoles will look like. Like I feel like that might be one of the hardest things to come up with.
Yeah, because everybody's like, it's going to be in the cloud. It's never in the cloud. It's going to be a hockey puck. They made it even bigger.
At the end of the day, it's just a box to hold things. Yeah. It's just how do you make it look different and appealing enough for people to want to get it? I don't know.
Apparently, you make it look like China.
Hey.
You said flaps. Got me thinking.
Hey, that's why I say it every week.
All right, Kyle, let's go to the next story on the list, good sir.
Derek Strickland from... is that the real media outlet?
Tweaktown.
Tweaktown. I've never heard of Tweaktown. Sony prepared to take necessary measures to sell 25 million PS5s, including more discounts. This is me editorializing right here. Necessary measures like making another pointless detachable disc drive.
This is why it makes sense. Oh, just, read the goddamn story.
A bit ago, Sony and multiple retailers decided to reduce the PS5's price tag by at least $50. This led to some pretty surprising deals with both consoles and accessories, with the base disc PlayStation 5 model selling for as low as $420. Now, in the latest Q1 fiscal year 2023 earnings report, Sony outlines the reasons for the sales. Apart from the unconfirmed reports that a new PS5 model is believed to launch sometime this year, Sony Corporation essentially says that it hasn't sold as many PS5 consoles as it would have liked, and the company is willing to take quote-unquote necessary measures to hit its lofty sales target of 25 million PS5s sold throughout the fiscal year. Here's what Sony said in its latest Q1 report. Quote, PS5 hardware sales were 3.3 million units, a significant increase of 38% year on year. This amount is somewhat less than the expected progress toward our fiscal year sales target of 25 million units, but due to promotions begun in July, we are seeing an improvement in the momentum of sales. We have positioned the accelerated penetration of PS5 hardware as one of the highest priorities in this fiscal year, and we will try to work steadily to implement necessary measures to achieve our hardware sales target of 25 million units. These measures, of course, include price reductions. The development is also particularly my God, I can never say that word right. Interesting, given that Sony raised the prices of the PS5 in practically all worldwide regions last year, except for the United States. And a lot of these deals are nevertheless prevalent in the US as well as other regions. Furthermore, just a few months ago, Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan said that the division was, quote, constantly looking at the prices of our products and services and will change prices when it's justified and necessary, end quote.
Lapse penetration? Jesus, are we on the right site talking about all this stuff?
You're the one that brought Tweaktown into this.
All right, so here's my qualm. All right, here's my issue. You raised the price of the consoles. No wonder why you're not selling as many as you'd like.
Duh.
Right? That's the thing that truly annoys me here. I seen Twitter. I've glanced at it, Platform X, for just a sec, where people point at like, oh, Xbox is selling not as great as, like, I don't know, the Xbox One right now. It's like both of them aren't selling the way they want right now. We're kind of in like this weird, it's not really, but it is a recession at the moment. Like, things are incredibly expensive when they don't need to be. And right here, right now, you're seeing the PlayStation 5, the price being raised last year, for them to now temporarily slash the price of this year. It makes no sense, because like most of these discounts, Kyle, are by $50. The amount that they raised a year ago. That's the frustrating thing here. I
feel like it's the same person telling Square Enix to have their expectations for game sales super high. It's the same dude that needs to get fired. I'm like, what? I'm with you. What? Why? Why raise it not that long ago? It's only approve a discount a few months later. It makes no sense.
It's really aggravating, though. I will say, if you're an American, how we liking all them freedoms? Because guess what?
We got one thing going for us.
The disc model right now, Kyle, your beloved, $50 cheaper, so you could get it for $49.99, and the controllers $50 off.
That is good.
So there you go. Now, at the end of the day, Kyle, I'll also say this: I am buying a second PS5 because I need that Spider-Man PS5. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know. I'm trying to find the plates everywhere, and I'm like, I might as well trade in my PS5 here, get the disc model, and it would be literally. I did the math. There's an awesome trade-in policy right now at GameStop. It'd be pretty much the same amount of money that I would be paying on eBay to get those damn plates. So to me, I'm like, I might just actually pull the trigger on the Spidey PS5.
This could be egg on my face, so I'm gonna ask this without even looking it up.
Please.
Is there a digital Spider-Man PS5?
PS5? No, there's not.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, but it comes with the digital code. So
no, I know that's stupid. It's fine.
What are you trying to say, Kyle?
Oh, that they're making the disc version. The disc version is has the special edition. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's it. Okay.
Well, they got to entice people to buy that big fat piece.
Whoa! Slow down.
Digital's where it's at. All right.
Oh my god.
If it wasn't for the plates.
You know where it's at? You know where it's at in a week? Germany. Andy Robinson over at VGC writes, Geoff Keighley says this year's Gamescom opening night live is, quote, less about announcing new projects, end quote. Geoff Keighley has provided an update on his next flagship game show, Gamescom Opening Night Live, which he says will focus less on announcing new projects. Speaking to VGC ahead of the August 22nd event, the host and producer said that viewers should expect mostly updates on announced games planned to release over the next 12 months. Quote, it's going to be an exciting show show with new looks at many announced upcoming games like Alan Wake 2 and Black Myth Wukong. Keighley said. This year's opening night live is less about announcing brand new projects and more about giving fans updates on some of the biggest games due out over the next year, end quote. Opening night live is the Game Awards producers' regular pre-show presentation for the German Gamescom Expo, which last year took place in Cologne as an in-person event for the first time since 2019. Last year's show ran for just over 2 hours and featured more than 35 games. According to Keighley, Opening Night Live presents unique challenges compared to its other annual events, the Game Awards and Summer Game Fest, not just due to its European location, but also due to ties to partners exhibiting at Gamescom itself. Quote, first, there are the logistical challenges for our LA-based team to produce a big-scale show in Cologne, Germany. Thankfully, Gamescom and, oh boy, Cole and Messi are great partners. I probably butchered that. The other challenge, but also opportunity, is that this show is directly tied to the partners and games that will be exhibiting at Gamescom. We're always trying to find ways to create synergy between what's happening on the floor and inside Opening Night Live, end quote. Keighley said that despite being his only European event, he views Opening Night Live very much as a global showcase with projects from teams around the world.
You know what? I'm going to have Long Chicken tell us if that was the right pronunciation because he's German. You know? But Colna Messi that sounds correct.
Okay.
I think that's not. We won the war. We get to pronounce it whatever way we want. Kyle, we'll be reacting. Well, I'll be reacting live Tuesday, August 22nd.
I'll be in chat.
2 p.m. EDT time here on YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe I bring in a special co-host. Who knows? But Kyle, you're too busy with work. Look at you,
I know.
being a working man.
I mean, I'll be here literally where you see me right now in the video version. I just can't live react.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
Be in like a meeting or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the first prediction here.
Let's do it.
And a lot of these questions are predictions, so I'm just gonna like kind of vamp off these questions we got here.
Yep.
But first things first. Kojima's been teasing that he's editing a trailer. The boy loves to edit.
He sure does. He also loves Geoff Keighley.
So much so. Maybe even more than editing himself, he loves Geoff Keighley, and the feeling's mutual. You've seen Kojima with the Xbox team. You've seen him with Jim Ryan and the PlayStation team. With photos, it seems like every day or even every hour. It seems like Phil Spencer comes in, shakes hands. Jimbo gets jealous, shakes his hand.
Do you think they're in the waiting room together?
Back, shakes his hand.
like Phil goes in and sees Kojima. After that appointment, he leaves. He gives Jim a wink and a nod. Then Jim goes in and he has his picture.
It's more like I'm thinking like Step Brothers. It's like, and then like a half nod.
Yeah. And then they leave the compound and Doug Bowser's outside just begging to come in. I feel like that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah. Well, Doug Bowser's too busy, counting his Luigi Mansion money to even care. He's like, we have BTs at home. Who cares? Do you think Kojima's here?
I do.
Okay. Here's a question for you. Next question.
Which one is it?
Do you think Kojima is announcing the Xbox game, showcasing the PlayStation game, or showing off both?
That is the question, because the Xbox game would still fall into the category of something that's already been announced, right? It doesn't have a title or anything, but like he talked about it during an Xbox show. So it's not like a secret. He is working on something with Xbox.
But the game title would be huge.
It would be
huge. We now know what that is. Yeah.
I could also see a weird ass Death Stranding 2 trailer showing off what's her name? The actress. No. The actress that is big for this game. The big get.
Yeah.
What is her name?
I forget her name too. I can
see her face. I could totally see that as well. Both would be, I think, stretching it. I don't think we get both. It's one or the other, and I'm going to put my money on... I'm going to say the Xbox game.
The Xbox game?
I think if the rumors that we know nothing about at all of maybe a new a second PlayStation Showcase. Maybe Death Stranding is saved for that one.
Okay. So you still have hope that we're getting another showcase.
Thank you, Green Gorilla. Elle Fanning is the name.
Elle Fanning. There you go. I was failing.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning is his sister. That's
sister. Okay.
From War of the Worlds.
Yeah. Isn't it weird though? Dakota Fanning. Last time I saw her, she was 8, and like it seemed like she was 8 forever, and then all of a sudden she disappears, and now she's like 42. Like, isn't that wild, dude?
I feel the same way of Hit Girl from Kick-Ass, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah,
she's a little kid kicking ass, and now she's playing Warcraft and on Twitch and whatnot as a grown ass woman,
being cool as shit.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. All right, back to the show.
Yep.
I think we're gonna get both.
No, that'd be cool.
Okay. The reason why I say this is, Keighley has said it's gonna focus mainly on things we've already announced, right? So Death Stranding has been shown at a Keighley stage. It makes sense. They're very close. PlayStation does want a presence in that showcase. You saw that they announced the date for Spider-Man at the last Keighley joint. So it only makes sense that PlayStation is here in some way, shape, or form. And I think Death Stranding 2 makes sense. At the same exact time, I think it would be a Keighley brag that he gets 2 Kojima announcements at one stage, and he gets to make that tweet and feel high and mighty, rightfully so. So I actually think you're going to see both games at this showcase, for sure.
I'm just trying to see if I could find what exhibitors will be there. So yeah, PlayStation will be there.
Xbox is going to have a huge presence there.
Yep.
And you're thinking maybe they make one last push for, a Starfield of some sort, right? Or just something we haven't seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to probably get a lot of like THQ. You're going to get a lot of like AAA.
Team 17, because they're European based, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Like I could totally see a Blasphemous 2 trailer being shown, because I think that comes out next week.
Yeah.
And they are European.
Hyenas from Sega, they really want to remind you that game exists.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's going to be a lot of partners here, and I think PlayStation and Xbox want to be there in some way, shape, or form, but not throw out the big guns for it. Not to say Kojima is not a big gun, but like leave their first party titles there. At their showcases.
Could also see Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty.
Ooh,
European studio, Gamescom. It has been already unveiled and released. It's coming out soon. I can see another trailer. Maybe a more gameplay focused one.
That game gets me so hyped.
Yeah.
So hyped, man. I cannot wait. That said, Long Chicken writes in with their first prediction. Will The Last of Us multiplayer game finally be shown? Sorry for asking again. I can't wait for Naughty Dog's take on a multiplayer game. As always, much love for Germany. Grazie.
Yeah.
Buongiorno. Long Chicken. Yeah. Are we going to see The Last of Us here?
I don't want to be a bummer. I'm going to say no.
No? Why not?
A, and only A. Last of Us Day's coming. I think if we hear any updates or see anything, maybe they hold it for that. As tiny as it might be, I think they'll hold it for that.
Yeah. Be disappointed when you get a plaid sweater and a poster reveal on Last of Us Day.
Listen,
I won't be. I'll be buying that plaid
I've
sweater.
got the 2 posters from the last one right here, and they're gorgeous.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fair. No, just because I think that game is in some sort of peril. So I think they're also trying to figure out what a Naughty Dog multiplayer game looks like right now. That being said, Kyle, here's my next question for you as I'm trying to pry. We've seen Project Q. We have seen the PlayStation 5 Slim that we all love. Oh, everybody loves. It's a shorter flap as well.
Sorry, really quickly,
It's
Joe.
tucked. The flaps are tucked. Yeah.
Savoy got me really good in chat, and that's why I was shaking my head. He goes, "When did Last of Us get a sequel, Kyle? LOL. How dare you, sir? How dare you?"
It's great. But do we see PlayStation hardware here? Because we saw the DualSense Edge here. #1 selling accessory of the year, DualSense Edge, or something along those lines.
I honestly, I think Q might be a good prediction.
Good. So you think we see the Project Q here?
Possibly have maybe they pull Cerny out to talk about it. I don't know if he's the lead architecture on it or architect on it. I don't know.
Does he come out like twisted metal with a necklace full of ears?
No. Now he's asking for your thumbs because it's handheld.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just love thumbs. They come in all sorts of shapes, all sorts of sizes.
Well, what's his brother's name? Tim, right? Tim
right.
is the character?
Not me, Mark Cerny. I got your lobes. Now I want your opposable thumbs. That's the only thing that separates us from man from beast. Kyle, so you think only Project Q? If there's a hardware reveal, only Project Q. You don't think the Slim's gonna get revealed there? I'll make a big splash.
I mean, yeah, it would. I don't know. I don't understand what PlayStation's doing this year anyway. When it comes to marketing, like I don't know. I have no idea what they're even thinking. So it's hard to kind of predict where they're at.
They just want their presence there. Like, I don't think it's meant to be like, oh, this is the biggest thing in the world. I do think PlayStation wants to show the mass market that like, or the mass gamers of just like, hey, listen, we got this cool cloud thing too, and it's coming. It's coming sooner rather than later. So here's what this thing can do. Here's a price tag, and you get it shown without having a big showcase. Because as many people want to think that there's some PlayStation showcase that seemingly fixes the last PlayStation showcase, that's not it. You're gonna get one more ish state of play, and that's what we're getting. So it's like we're either saving that save of play for hardware, or we're saving that state of play for future software in the next 6 months.
I will say, though, I do think PlayStation is there in some capacity, just because when you think about Summer Game Fest and the last two Summer Game Fest, the thing people walking out of those, for the most part, we're talking about the PlayStation announcements. The Spider-Man 2 date, and then Last was Part 1 the previous summer. So like PlayStation has seen showing up in Keighley's show to talk about something pretty big does pretty well for them.
Yeah, I mean, even Final Fantasy 7 7
Rebirth
2 or whatever.
Is it Rebirth?
There you go. Thank you. Though I know it's a Square joint partnered with PlayStation, exclusive to the PlayStation, timed exclusive to PlayStation. So like, yeah, I do think we see something hardware related at the showcase. I think it'll be the Slim. I think that's where you see the PlayStation.
That's a good guess.
Slim. Yeah, I think you save Project Q for
a blog post.
God, knowing them, right? Yeah, goddamn blog post. That's what we save it for. But
fair,
maybe a showcase to get the PlayStation fans hyped and informed, and maybe that Slim is like, what a PlayStation 5 is. Here's a half-inch smaller PlayStation. Yeah. All right, Kyle. Here's the next question. This comes from the Muffin Mountain. I'm just jumping around here. Can we have a serious discussion? Where the hell is Stellar Blade? No official delay confirmation. Hasn't been seen in any showcase, Sony's or Geoff's. It isn't. If it isn't at Gamescom next week, should we just plan on 2024? Can we see Stellar Blade here?
I would love to see Stellar Blade here. but I still also think plan for 2024.
Yeah, plan for 20. That game ain't coming out this year.
Even in that wonderful Devolver delayed thing that the 3-minute long thing where they say how many games have moved, even the ones that they said aren't moving from 2023, I'm still curious if they can hit those dates. I mean, we're halfway through August now. Time's running out. We don't have a whole lot of days left in 2023 to release a game. And when you think of the fall of 2023 when it comes to games, what week isn't already filled with a major game? Like AC Mirage moved up a week. You got Spider-Man. You got Starfield. You got Baldur's Gate coming to PlayStation. Armored Core. It's like insane.
Starting next week.
Alan Wake 2. Oh my God. It's just like, hey.
Starting next week, there's going to be a big game every, if not every week, every other week.
The
like,
2 Mario games.
Nuts.
I mean, geez. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. Remember when we got those and we made Sean quit? That was great. So, like, Kyle, Stellar Blade, do we see it here, man?
I think so.
Yeah. I hope so.
Yep.
I think that's probably the thing we save for the showcase. The PlayStation, and let's stop calling it a showcase. The PlayStation State of Play somewhere in September. You'll get Stellar Blade, you'll get Rise of Ronin, you'll get maybe
something.
I don't know. Was it Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, like inside look, and maybe a PlayStation first party thing that's not Spider-Man. Maybe. But I think this fall is so heavy Spider-Man, they're gonna beat you over the head with it. So to me, I don't think we see Stellar Blade here. Be prepared for 2024. I think that's probably one of the games that got pushed out of PlayStation's portfolio.
I'm currently seeing if the studio will be at Gamescom.
There.
Just
here's another question. In addition to the Muffin Mons question,
they are not, by the way.
Right. They are not. Okay, so don't expect them.
Yeah.
Savoy Prime writes, I'd like to add a little devil inside to that question. I'm about to go to Jim Ryan's office. I want answers, damn it, now.
Well, Savoy, if you haven't learned from us, showing up at PlayStation Press's houses and going through mail and whatnot doesn't go so well.
You get a cease and desist pretty fast. That you'll ignore, but don't.
I mean, that is true. There was a whole State of Play where that was the closing game. Yeah. And it was like, what, a 10-minute long like demo, like showing off or whatever?
Dive, man. Yeah.
I'm with you, Savoy. I want to know where that game is. I want to play that game. I just don't know. I don't know. It's so hard to predict what they're thinking right now.
It does seem like Geoff's really trying to temper expectations of this showcase. Do we not think... Yeah.
I was just going to say, which will only lead to us thinking the show is good.
I was going to say, do you think this show's going to kind of disappoint? Because like, we know all the games coming out at this point. If it's
but if we something that looks super cool, then that's what I want. Like, don't be like, oh, and do cryptic tweets of like, man, I just saw the show. You won't believe what we have. Then the expectations go crazy. I'd much rather be like, expect games we've already have seen as updates and games that are here at Gamescom in the near future. And that's kind of where my head is at. And there's some really cool things. So,
I mean, we can even expect things like Lords of the Fallen there. Like, I'm not like, again, like what we got to reevaluate, like what level of games we're seeing here. Not to say Lords of the Fallen doesn't look great. It looks great, but like, you're not going to see like too many, we're
not seeing a new Uncharted game. We're not going to see a Twisted Metal or anything.
Yeah, you're going to see independent big games being shown off there, first and foremost. So you're going to see indie games being shown off there. So I want to make sure that, expectations walking into this event are in check, that we are not going to, take crazy pills, that we're not going to get disappointed because, I don't know, someone did I heard from a source of mine, the giant eyeball emoji, like half the people that say they know people playing Starfield. It's just, let's not lose track, because people on platform X are shooting eyeball and question mark emojis and fire emojis.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's act like we're not cave people.
Yeah. I'm just looking at like a list of games that are still to come out. I expect to see, maybe another Lies of P trailer, a new character for Mortal Kombat 1. Like I said, Phantom Liberty. Even like a last trailer for like Sea of Stars, right?
Oh my God, yes. Silk Song,
AC Mirage, maybe.
come on.
Yeah, there's
Silk
Alone
Song,
in the Dark.
please.
Like there's a lot of things that I could see show up there that we've already know, like Banishers, right? The Don't Nod game.
Yep.
I could totally see that being there and being blown away by it. But yeah, get your expectations in check, and it's not gonna be like we're not seeing the third God of War game. It's not gonna show up.
Yeah.
Corey's not gonna come on stage and talk about his game that he's making. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, Kyle. It's time for our next story on the list here.
Oh boy, I'm having a good time, Joe. You having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness.
It feels like we've been talking for 3 hours, but it's barely been an hour.
Yes, I know, and it's just I could go on for 3 hours. To be honest. This might be the Lord of the Rings episode.
Ooh-wee. Extended? Are we going extended edition?
Oh, dude, if you're watching the Lord of the Rings, you're doing extended.
Yeah, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's reserved for snow days.
That's what I do when I watch The Desolation of Smaug. Ryan Dinsdale writes in at IGN, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 accessibility features let you slow down gameplay. As spotted by Angie on Reset Era, Spider-Man 2's PlayStation Store page has been updated to include a questions and answers segment, which has its own paragraph on accessibility. Quote, Insomniac Games has devised a range of new and in-depth accessibility features to create a Marvel Spider-Man 2 experience without barriers. It reads, building on the accessibility improvements in previous titles, these features allow the game to be enjoyed by more players of different abilities, end quote. The ability to slow down gameplay seemingly at the touch of a button is perhaps the biggest addition. Players can choose to, quote, slow down the action, end quote, to 70% speed, 50% speed, or as much as 30% speed, and can switch back to regular settings at any time. This feature was included in Insomniac's own Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, which was praised for its sweeping accessibility options. The other features mentioned include screen reader support, which will read aloud all on-screen text and menus, and on-screen captions and audio descriptions for cinematic scenes. These accessibility features will seemingly join those already featured in Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, which includes a wealth of options to allow as many players as possible to enjoy the open-world adventure. The full list of features will likely be announced closer to Spider-Man 2's launch on October 20th, though Insomniac is revealing more and more about the game after saying virtually nothing for a year after its reveal.
Ooh, and Kyle, on top of all those cool accessibility features, allowing more people to play the games that we love and enjoy, we got 30 FPS 4K mode, and we have 60 FPS, checkerboarded 4K.
Sure.
How does that make you feel?
Great.
It's nice.
I mean,
it seems like we're getting a complete game from the wizards that are Insomniac yet again.
Makes me feel nice. Is the Insomniac mode where it's like 60 frames with HDR, is that at launch?
That is at launch from what I'm aware.
Okay. So I thought the 60 frames was like with that checkerboarded 4K or whatever you said, minus the
There's
HDR.
no ray tracing yet.
Yeah, that's what I meant, ray tracing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this will be good. Then in a few months' time, they'll come out with the ray tracing 60 frames thing like they've done with all the other ones. Because they're wizards.
It'll have the 4K.
Insomniac doesn't know when to slow down. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
Awesome to see. It's awesome to get more information for Spider-Man, and to know that more people get to play the game that hopefully all of us will love when it comes out October 20th. So that said, Kyle, that's been all the main topics tonight. It's time to get into some flash news. Gotta go. Very fast. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Or we can take our time. We're having fun. Okay. Ooh. Assassin's Creed Mirage launches 1 week early on October 5th, not 4th.
Yeah.
October 4th is my birthday.
Ooh.
I was getting carried away, but Ubisoft, my birthday is October 4th.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage comes out the 5th.
Yeah. Get this man a code.
I've had a rough day. All right. Joe needs a birthday present.
It's like T'Challa in Infinity War. Get this man a shield. Get this man a code.
Exactly. Please. Awesome that this is being bumped up a week. Also goes to show that we're gonna get to the point in the next week or two. Dates are gonna be moved around because still that 13th, 17th, the teens of October.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of games right there. So I do think we're still gonna see some movement.
Is that
coming in and out of the October month?
Is that on any other major game day?
No, it's kind of has itself a nice like window for like a buffer, because I think next week would be
Wonder.
Lords of the Fallen.
Is it Wonder that week too?
Wonder, I believe, is the same day as Spider-Man on the 20th, because Nintendo's like, we see your Spider-Man. We raised you this plumber that made $1 billion at the box office. So,
okay. Yeah.
Awesome to see Mirage staying where it is. Or sorry, being moved up a week. And I need a birthday present, Ubisoft. Please. 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 Okay. Sympathy begging aside, we got the THQ Showcase. There were 3 major games shown. Worth a substance here that I think the majority of our fans at home are gonna really get hyped for. So, first things first, let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Last Ronin game we saw concept art. The date is to be announced.
Mm-hmm.
This comes from the press release from the minds of the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, based on the best-selling comic book by Eastman, Waltz, Bishop, Delgado, and Excorza. Sorry, I totally messed up your name. Brothers, both of them. The official video game adaptation of TMNT The Last Ronin comes to PlayStation 5. The developer is Black Forest Games, the studio behind this action title. The developer was also behind the 2 recent Destroy All Humans remakes. Kyle, where's your hype meter, man?
I'm cautious.
Why are you cautious? Tell me why you're cautious.
I can't wait to play.
Okay.
I'm excited for it. I'm hyped for it. The Destroy All Humans devs is what's giving me a little trepidation. Not that they didn't do a good job with the remakes.
Sure. Because I heard nothing but good things about them.
Just, THQ's a little hit or miss.
Sure.
And I so badly want this to be good. A Turtles game I think when it was rumored before it was revealed, it was a God of War style combat.
Yes.
And
yes, that's what I was going to say, yeah.
Please. Yes. Absolutely.
I get where you're cautious too, because you're right. This is a big undertaking. That's a big ask. When we think of God of War style game, that's a very polished,
yeah.
I mean, it's game of the year caliber.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you see the dev team behind it, not to say they're not talented or
absolutely
anything,
not. Yeah.
But Destroy All Humans remakes, it's that's a very different game, and that's a very different scale and scope. It gets you nervous.
And I will say, I've been proven wrong on that kind of trepidation already, Motive with Dead Space. I've been proven wrong when I brought this up in the past, so I'm excited to be proven wrong here.
We also have track record from Embracer, parent company of THQ, with Aspire, right? With the Knights of the Old Republic remake.
Yeah.
So it's I understand the trepidation. I want to be really, really excited for this game because I'm a huge TMNT fan. Michelangelo's the best turtle. There's no question about it. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I can't help but be cautiously optimistic. That said, no spoilers of who the Last Ronin is, because the whole basis of the game is only one turtle is alive.
I haven't read the books. I know it's very
it's really
liked,
good. It's really good from what I hear. Yeah. I would like it in the game version. You get to choose the character that lives.
Ooh.
You get to choose the turtle that lives.
That'd be cool.
Because the cool thing about it is it's the last turtle, but he has all their weapons.
Oh, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be cool.
Oh.
So it adds a little mystery.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game, and I can't wait to read the comic firsthand.
Mhm.
All right, next one on the list here: South Park Snow Day coming next year, 2024. We're happy to announce that we'll be bringing the world of South Park to life in 2024. The 3D with co-op action in a all-new game, South Park Snow Day. So grab 3 of your friends and get ready to celebrate the most magical day in any young child's life, a snow day. The developers are South Park Digital Studios, THQ Nordic, and Question Games Developing. Question Games.
I will say also that I can never say his first name correctly, and I'm going to apologize up front. Xavier Nelson.
Okay.
Right. He did El Paso Elsewhere, Airports Run by Dogs, or Alien Airport Run by Dogs. Very quirky, fun indie games. His writing is excellent, and he wrote for this. So that has me excited for this. Yeah.
Okay. Because this one is the one I went, don't like the art style, like 3D. I don't like that.
I would love another like Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole level South Park game again.
Yeah, because that looks like South Park. The 3D models, when they're in 3D, it doesn't look right. Like this, not to throw any shade.
It's N64.
Like, it looks cheap. Yeah, it looks like an N64 game. And I'm like, this is not. No, give me the side scroller, like up, down, left, right, diagonal type of thing we got from Fractured Butthole, you know? So yeah, that I'm very cautious about. And last but not leastly, for the 3 major games shown, Alone in the Dark. This comes out on October 25th. And it goes, we took the opportunity this year to give you a sneak peek at the world of our incredible stars, David Harbour and Jodie Comer. In the meantime, you could try the prologue for free and pre-order the game on the PlayStation Store for access to bonus in-game content. I want to try out the sneak peek because there's something weird when I look at this game. And guys, bring me in here in the comments. I want to know your thoughts. When you look at the Alone in the Dark game, there's something about it that just seems off. I can't put my finger on it exactly, Kyle, but I feel like it's kind of like, yeah, this is a model of David Harbour, but like a marionette. Like, you're not getting the range of his face and his like acting chops on display. Like, there's something wrong with his forehead. It's David Harbour, but he looks sick. You know, and there's something about, if you want to get you're hiring these 2 great actors.
Yeah.
If you can't capture their range completely with their facial capture, why have them here? You know?
Yeah.
Why have them be this big push? So to me, I know it sounds weird, but like that's my thing. That's kind of giving me a little like trepidation coming into it. But I want to know what you think.
I've never super been interested in Alone in the Dark. I know I'm a new horror game, survival horror fan.
Yeah.
But everything I've seen of this, is this a remake, a remaster, just new? Is this a new entry?
Yeah. This is it's kind of like a reboot. Yeah.
Like a reimagining? Yeah. Too many rewords when it comes to talking about games and whatnot. Nothing of it appealed to me. Even like when it was at PAX and watching people play it, it still felt, and nothing against the time when they came out, but it felt like old school stiff fixed camera, style of gameplay where nothing was like really scary happening. You were just kind of walking through rooms and whatnot, and I don't know, it just doesn't look that great, and it's a bummer because those actors are incredible.
Yeah, especially Jodie Comer. She's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Gothic 1 remake. Oh, I'll toss that out there. I've never played it. I have no interest, but I know 2 people will yell at me if I don't mention.
Sure.
Gothic 1 remake.
Cool.
It looked okay. All right. Here's something weird. DC Universe Online. It's still alive.
What?
And is headed to the latest generation of consoles on the PS5 and Xbox Series X this holiday season. I think this is a get for Xbox.
Yeah.
because I don't think this was on Xbox prior. This game launched on the PS3, guys.
I didn't watch it, but is this why Greg Miller was so happy on Games Daily the other day?
I assume so.
I mean, I played a little bit of it. I'm not a MMO kind of online person, as you well know.
I am.
DC Universe is pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good time.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Luke likes it a lot, but Luke also has bad taste in games. So I don't know. Me and his mother will talk to him about it one day. But that said, yeah, awesome that this game still has such a huge audience. That it's like, hey, it's coming to PS5. I know you forgot about us, but we're coming anyway.
I wish the same thing would happen to, was it Marvel Heroes? That was shut down very soon after it released.
Oh,
that one had promise because I played a little bit of that one too, and that one was fun.
Because it kind of played, if I'm thinking correct, it kind of played like Ultimate Alliance, right? The one that you're thinking here?
Sort of. It reminded me of DCU, honestly.
Yeah. So that said,
DCO.
DC fans, you got to win here. Let's talk about a loss, though. Okay, ready for this?
I'm ready.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Red Dead Redemption PS4 trends on the PS Store as a $50 port attracts a lot of attention. This comes from Sammy Barker over at Push Square. The recent announced PS4 port of Red Dead Redemption is currently ranked second on the PlayStation Store's trending page in Europe, as spotted by Videotech X. From what we understand, this means the game's page is getting an awful lot of attention, with only EA Sports FC 24 proving to be more popular. In the US, Red Dead is third to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5 at the time of writing. Just to recap, a lot of criticism has been slung in the direction of Red Dead Redemption's re-release. Based on Rockstar's official announcement, the new PS4 version doesn't feature any enhancements outside the additional language support, and is priced at $50. With that in mind, some may find it a bit disheartening to see so much Steam on the PlayStation Store. That said, easier trophy guide from the PS3 version, if that tickles your fancy. I will not be buying this, as Red Dead is one of my favorite games of all time. Easily like number 3 or 4. Sucks that this seemingly is, again, it goes to show we talk a big talk. We do not walk a big walk as gamers. You know?
Fair.
As a community, rather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer. Okay.
Is
next?
I'm sorry. Yeah. This is only in Europe, right?
Yeah, in Europe.
Okay. I know in the US store, Baldur's Gate 3 is like the number one most pre-ordered on PlayStation game right now, which is
awesome to see, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because it's just Larian out there.
Yeah.
Like there's no add-ons. There's no any of that bullshit. It's just the game. It's awesome. Great to see.
Yeah.
All right. Destiny 2 will try to win back some of the positivity at its annual showcase next week. This comes from Robert Ramsey over at Push Square. Bungie has announced that it'll be hosting its annual Destiny 2 showcase next week and on the 22nd of August. Naturally, it'll feature fresh info on the final shape, the shooter's next expansion, season 22 of the game, and the next reprise raid, and quote-unquote more. If you're keeping up with Destiny 2, you'll know that things have been more than a bit rocky in the recent months, following the release of Lightfall back in February, which seemed to be divided on its own. Bungie has struggled to keep up with a lot of players on side, with some of the decisions on playable content and the game structure being quite heavily criticized by parts of the community. From the outside looking in, it must look like one heck of a toxic relationship. It really does. Destiny 2 has managed to maintain a healthy player count all these years, but its source near a constant drama in the news cycle. This showcase then will hopefully give Bungie a platform to spread positivity for the future. Yeah, I saw one of their community leads come out just going, "Hey, listen, yeah, there's no stage here. This is just my office. I know our language has been messed up. Our communication with you guys has been awry." So I know Destiny or Bungie is now a PlayStation product at this point, right? Or PlayStation, sorry, Sony
It's
owned
under the studio's
entity.
umbrella.
That's why we're bringing it up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, Kyle, is there anything that would bring you into the world of Destiny? Anything at all?
I mean, the thing was Lightfall because it looked cool.
It looks cool.
And then I heard it wasn't cool. Like, I have it re-downloaded. Like, I beaten the Destiny 2 campaign. I put a ton of hours into it. I don't know what it would do to get me back in. I'll be totally honest. The fact that I'm staring down a hundreds upon hundreds of hours RPG that in Baldur's Gate, like,
True.
I don't know if I have. Destiny has always been the thing where it's an investment. You have to play regularly to get the most out of it. Like, I can't just go in, play a story.
Sorry,
and
it was
hop out.
Joe Blackburn, and he is the director.
Gotcha.
My apologies.
Okay.
Jason Chat was correct. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what it would do to get me back in, which is fine. Maybe I'll wait for not marathon because that's not my thing, but whatever is after that. I know you're excited about it.
I'm so excited. For me, I want to see where the story brings me, and if they can and I know here's the biggest challenge. They can onboard me because I haven't been. I've missed like 4 expansions. So what's the thing that's gonna bring me back? Because I love the gameplay. The gunplay is stellar. So I just, I want to see. I want to see what they have in store. Nathan Fillion being back is awesome. That entices me, but it's the set pieces, the locales, the gunplay, all that stuff. The story is what's going to bring me back. Also, to mention as well, it's been announced Keith David is set to replace the late Lance Reddick as the voice of Zavala in Destiny 2. He's gotten nothing but love from the community, and I feel like he understands the responsibility
And the magnitude
that he brings. Yeah.
Agreed.
So, rest in peace, Lance. Awesome to see the community rally behind Keith David as he takes on the role. So, I'm excited to see what Destiny 2 brings in the horizon. That said, this comes from Charlie Intel. Now, Modern Warfare 3.
Let me sit back for this one. This is all you.
Yeah, this is all me. Has been revealed. It's going to have a even bigger reveal tomorrow as we're talking about it. All now, and everybody's like, this is one big giant DLC. This is what the feel of the room is, right? This thing was kind of cobbled together, and that gets me a little nervous as a Call of Duty fan and as someone who loved Modern Warfare 2. I think it's one of the best Call of Duties ever. I'll fight people on that. I know the multiplayer, whatever, like the story was awesome as all hell. That's where I'm coming at it, right? And I also like the multiplayer. Sue me. Okay. Here's where I get hyped. Call it a DLC all you want, but this comes straight from Charlie Intel, who covers Call of Duty exclusively. And they say all 16 Modern Warfare 2009 maps are confirmed for Modern Warfare 3. If you text each map's name, it'll send a confirmation back. So they're teasing high rise, sub base, estate, terminal, wasteland. Oh my God. Afghan. Oh my God. That map is so good. I would run train on all you dumb idiots. Rust. 1v1 me. All right. Around and find out. Underpass? Are you kidding me? Invasion, Karachi. I'm not going to pretend like I know that one. Quarry. I do know that one. You camping sons of guns. You better not. And I know where it is. It's a camp spot on the Quarry section, right? It's on a second pillar. It's overlooking the tents or like the warehouses. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. All right? You got Skid Row. Did I mention that? Scrapyard. Rundown. Oh my God. Derail. Favela. Oh my God. That's where I got my first nuke. This gets me hyped. All remastered maps from 2009. Kyle, Obama was president. I was in high school. You know how old that makes me? Look at my receding hairline. I feel like I'm a kid again.
You have the same amount of reverence for getting your first nuke as many parents over their firstborn child. That's where I got my first nuke. Oh.
That's where I lost my virginity, back in that van. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm happy for you. I'm excited that you're excited.
It was Jenny at prom. Yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. Makes me happy. God damn, I love Call of Duty. I'm sorry, I just do. I'm not gonna apologize any longer for it. Kyle, here's a little section we like to call "What You Been Playing." Kyle, what you been playing?
I finally hopped back into FF16. Yeah, it's been nagging at me that I haven't played more of it. I've just gotten busy. Put in maybe 4 more hours last night, 3-4 more hours. Won't spoil anything, but I finally met an icon battle that I had a great time with. And I may have changed my mind over that one thing.
Okay. Okay.
It's with, I mean, it's been spoiled in trailers. The Titan encounter.
I have yet to do. So you're now officially ahead of me.
I am ahead of you, Joe. That icon battle is dope.
Okay.
It's really, really cool, and it's doing the thing. Like right now, it is my game of the year still. But I think you mentioned it on a past episode. It does do that thing where really, really hype, grandiose battles, having the time of my life. I'm in it. Then it drops a little bit and you're doing not so fun things for maybe 30, 40 minutes and it kind of takes me out of it. The ebbs and flows is very interesting with this game. And I think that's my one negative that I can say about it. It's still stellar. But right now, after that battle, I'm back on the downswing a little bit. I'm like, what? Yeah. Just keep
the pacing seems off.
Keep it going. I'm having a good time. Man. Once that combat like clicks with you, oh boy, there is nothing better. Clicks. I'm again another instance. I'm so happy that I was wrong. Yeah, like where it's like I don't know if this combat is like my kind of style, but no, it's fantastic.
I love it. I will be forcing myself to enjoy something tomorrow. So I got the lazy boy out. I'm gonna be moving my PlayStation downstairs. I'm gonna be relaxing, vibing to some Final Fantasy 16 because I've been itching to go back too. I just feel guilty doing it now with the dog, but I'm not going to. I'm going to get out of that mindset. I'm going to enjoy some Final Fantasy 16 because I am really excited to see where that story goes. But you're right, like the pacing, that's my big issue with it. It's the pacing seems a bit off.
Chat, Silcana in chat just says, "I swear the next high will be so high, Kyle." And now, guess what I'm doing tonight? I'm going to keep going. That's exciting.
That's awesome. Anything else you've been playing?
No. It's just been mad that I didn't have a couch to sit in. And so it's,
That's the thing, man. If the gaming, like, if the environment ain't right,
it's not good.
You can't enjoy yourself. Like, you can't. I feel you. Yeah, like the seat being messed up, that would mess me up too. I wouldn't be able to do it.
And like real life things have gotten in the way. Like my nephew was in the ER the other day, fever.
Everything okay?
Yeah, he's good now. We found out he's extremely allergic to poison ivy.
Samesies.
Which is interesting. He had 104 fever, he was throwing up and everything, so he's in the ER. So the last week or so, he's just been hanging out with me because he only wants to hang out with me, which I love. But that just means I'm watching YouTube videos of dinosaurs. And
Peppa Pig.
No, he's not a big Peppa Pig fan.
Fair.
Yeah, but.
Yeah. Well, what have I been playing?
Yeah, what have you been playing? More Diablo?
No. Diablo's done. I think I'm going to put it down.
Okay.
It's very weird. The ebbs and flows I've had with that game so high, and then the post-launch, man, has just not been right. Not been right. So, other than like some Fortnite here and there with like our good friend Luke Lore and crew and Suddy, I've again, life's in the way, so I haven't been able to touch much yet. Twisted Metal's out. We are on the final episode. Guys, please watch Twisted Metal. It doesn't just it's like right now, like the record, like was it like one of the most binge shows on Peacock? It has no right to be as good as it is. I'm really excited to finish it. Tomorrow should be the time where I finish that too. Go watch Twisted Metal. It inspired me to go play Twisted Metal 1 because I have not touched that in, over 20 years.
Yeah, almost 30.
Almost 30. Man, it is so hard. There's something about the fourth generation of games that it is so hard to get back into those games because developers were just figuring out, how 3D movement works, and just figuring out how they're just figuring out how to just move and navigate in a 3D space and how a camera should or shouldn't follow you. That makes it really hard to go back to PS1 games. I'm gonna be real. If it's not like a side scroller or over the top game,
RPG,
it's really hard to get in those games. Whereas like jumping into like a super, Nintendo game, easy. Like I could go back to Super Mario World right now and have a blast with it. But there's something about the fourth gen that makes it so difficult. So Twisted Metal 1, I have the 2 or 3 trophies in it right now. It's really frustrating. I'm playing on easy, just getting my butt whooped because like,
well,
the controls are, yeah.
The cheat codes still work.
But I heard the cheat codes will will not pop the trophies. No.
My trophies have popped.
Did you platinum the game?
No, not yet.
Huh.
Invincibility, unlimited ammo. It's pretty good.
Huh.
I could be wrong. Maybe it got changed, but...
Because here's the thing. I have like 12 trophies to go. It's nagging at me that I only have 2 trophies in this game. I might go back. If those cheats work, let's do it. But yeah, it's
now you have me
early
second guessing
game.
myself. Let me just double chech.
No, I mean, listen, you got trophies to pop.
Oh yeah, I got trophies, and I started the game with cheats, so we're good.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Twisted Metal 2 because that's the game I truly remember in my childhood. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Just Twisted Metal 1.
Also, another real quick thing, Nagachaka, please help me in Nier. I'm trying to play Nier for Road to Greatness, and I'm just done with the beginning part, and I don't know where the hell to go in the first map. And yes, I should probably look up a walkthrough. I haven't yet. I just want to try to organically figure it out. It's frustrating. So Nagachaka, please help me out, man.
Please.
So I can be ready for when we talk about it on Road to Greatness.
Yeah. All right. Are you hanging on to anything, Kyle?
Yeah, the my book about the philosophy or the psychology of Final Fantasy.
I'm holding the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Slurpee.
Oh, sweet.
Because you got.
What flavor was in that before you?
Water, but it's old water, so it tastes.
No. I mean, like when you got the Slurpee. What's your Slurpee?
Oh no, this was sent over by a listener.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think Neo Prime did.
Oh, sweet.
I'm mistaken. Yeah. Thank you, Kanada. Anyway, prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. August 15th, Black Skylands on PS5.
Really
PS4.
quickly. Yeah. Just because I want to say it, just because I can.
Oh yeah.
Full disclosure, I've been helping out and working on Black Skylands at my job. So
that's awesome.
I haven't played it yet or anything. Looks cool. Take that with a grain of salt. I just wanted to say that. I probably won't say it again, but it's fun.
Kyle, I love you.
I love you too.
It just makes me happy. Seeing you happy makes me happy. Bag out. Everspace 2 on PS5. Of course, our good friend Luke Lore over at the Xbox Expansion Pass has an amazing interview on that game with the developers on it. So go check that podcast out. Now, Luke, you owe me $15 because I mentioned you 3 times on the show. I hate my life. All right. Fair World Pioneers on PS5, PS4. Moving Out 2 on PS5, PS4. On August 16th, Rayland 2 on PS5, PS4. On the 17th, Dust and Neon on PS5. Gord on PS5. Hello Engineer on PS5, PS4. Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition on PS5. Marvel It Up Zero on PS5, PS4. Quantum Recharge on PS5, PS4. Red Dead Redemption on PS4. Wait till that game's on sale. Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew on PS5, PS4. Shinobi Non Grata on PS4. On August 18th, Port Solis on PS5. That is a PS5 exclusive. I have not heard anything about. I've been trying to get into contact. Nothing.
I played it at PAX. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's Troy Baker and the voice of Sonic.
Arthur Morgan.
Yeah. No, wrong dude.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Arthur Morgan, not Sonic, different person.
You said Sonic, my God.
It's a three named person.
I do declare.
I'm bad. I'm sorry.
Man. NFL 24 on PS5, PS4. Nico Journey on PS5, PS4. Oh man. All right. Piscotio Shooting Stars Alpha and Bravo on PS4, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre on PS5. Fun fact about the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Why are you saying massacre?
That movie's bad. Because it's better that way.
Oh, okay.
That movie's not good.
Really?
I don't like it one bit.
Yeah.
And because I've been watching like horror movies left and right.
Some of the reboots are bad of it. Like the sequels, they're pretty bad.
I heard the one with what was it? Jessica Biel?
Yeah.
That one's good.
Yeah.
And that we should be watching that.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of that. First off, why would you let anybody into your van? I know it's 60s or 70s. Y'all kind of had it coming. You were inviting strangers in a wheat field in your van, and he's cutting themselves and trying to cut you and wanting blood. No. And then all of a sudden, the trucker saves your life at the very end as this guy's just dotsy-doing with a chainsaw. And then you just run away. And like that truck guy, he's still there dealing with this chainsaw man. You let this poor truck stop guy die, assumingly.
Uh-huh.
That whole end is just bizarre. That whole movie pissed me off. Kind of like the Vatican.
My
this is an abandoned farm out in the middle of nowhere. Let's go check it out and try to bang in the upstairs bedroom. No. No.
Whenever I think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think of the Geico horror goof commercial on it, the spoof of it, where they're like hiding in a garage with like hanging chainsaws and the killer's behind them. And they're like, oh, look, there's a car. Let's go. Someone suggests we go do it. And then the other people are like, no, let's run the other way. Or something like that. Like, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my goodness. All right. And there's more of a rant on that movie, but that comes at a later date. It's time for our favorite segment, and unfortunately, the last segment of the night. It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw!
That's right. Savoy Prime writes in, hiya, fellas. So, with the success of Baldur's Gate on PC, do you feel like the PlayStation 5 might move some units due to it being the only console you'll be able to play the game on for the foreseeable future? There appears to be still no timetable for BG3 to ship on the Xbox Series due to the parity clause on them not being able to get split screen up and running on the Series S. Yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 dethroned Spider-Man for a bit on pre-order numbers.
Yeah.
Or in the pre-order chart. So like this game is gonna do really big on PlayStation.
I don't think it's gonna move consoles like Spider-Man 2, but
no.
It'll move some. I definitely think it's making its way into the public domain a little bit. Like it's all over
Yeah.
TikTok. If you're scrolling through and you're on any sort of gaming TikTok, you'll see people do some crazy things in Baldur's Gate 3. So it definitely has a chance.
The game is as impressive as it is horny.
Absolutely.
Very.
Absolutely.
Shadowheart is bae, respectfully. But there's also like a demon lady that everybody's really into.
Yep.
And she says some really crazy stuff. You know?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oof.
Why do you think the wait until September 6th is so long for me, Joe?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. Let's relax. Yeah, no, it's going to ship some units. I wonder how it does after it comes out on Xbox. Like, will the hype dissipate and it won't do as well? Will it be reignited? Like, that's what I'm interested on, because 100% I know like people online are making this like a Starfield, you know, versus Baldur's Gate 3 conversation, which is dumb. They're two totally different RPGs. Settle down, please. And Starfield doesn't need to be on a train or a bus to get people's attention. So settle down. Game went gold. Relax. But I think the Baldur's Gate's probably in a better place because it got delayed on Xbox, if I had to guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Because Starfield's gonna eat that. That thing would eat. It would eat its lunch. I think.
No one's gonna sell more units than Starfield around that time. There's Starfield's gonna
not
crush
sell
it.
units, but you know what I mean.
But in the everyone's playing Starfield kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. In the was it the fucking the marketplace of ideas. The mind share. There you go.
There you go.
Matthew Kennedy writes in, "Hey guys, can't wait for another stellar podcast by the two greatest podcast hosts."
Hey.
Huh? I'm so pumped for Baldur's Gate 3, and looking at your Baldur's Gate headline for the show, I'm assuming you're going to talk about the discourse around developers being in a panic. When I read or heard about this on social media, I sort of rolled my eyes a bit. I think of Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring, which for sure set the world ablaze. But it's not like it turned all older style games into quote unquote markers riddled all over the map, quote, open world games upside down on their heads. Those games are still being developed, thoroughly enjoyed by the masses. Have either of you played Disco Elysium? It's some of, if not the greatest writing in an RPG, and it's not like seeing Charles Dickens level storytelling in every video game we play. What are your thoughts on all this? Am I way off with my thoughts? I'm super curious as to what you both have to say. Thank you, Matthew Kennedy, for such an amazing question.
I had played a bit of Disco Elysium. Loved it a lot. I need to go back. It is a very you need to be full energy to play that game. There's a lot of reading. It takes a lot of my mind's power to play it, but it's pretty good.
It's dense.
I think this is getting a little overblown. Most devs will see this and be inspired to include some things in their own game, right? Like there's a reason why most open world games have the exciting key feature of, you see that thing, you can go climb it thanks to Breath of the Wild. Like it's a thing that just happens, but they're not going to shut it all down because they can't make a Baldur's Gate 3 level thing. They're just gonna, like most people, you get inspired by other people doing the thing and try to build up your own thing to inspire the next game, next person making something. It's not like they're all in it together. There's no fighting going on.
There's like friendly competition. It's not like they're like it's not like the Baldur's Gate Larian devs are like driving past like the Bethesda offices, middle fingers up. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. I saw an article that made me roll my eyes into the back of my goddamn skull, where it's like, it's something along the lines of like, Starfield came out at the worst, or coming out at the worst time after all the love and admiration for Baldur's Gate. It's like, no, shut up, stop talking. Why do you gotta say dumb things? Like, to me, I look at Baldur's Gate going, developers are not in a panic. You're right. Developers are inspired. You know what I think we're going to see out of Baldur's Gate, and the funny like memes we saw out of Zelda was just like, oh, yep, next week the director of our game is going to have a whole lot of ideas.
Yeah, like how can we push our enemies down a giant hole to defeat them? I see a lot of that about Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of like awesome, just inspiration that goes into seeing someone creative do something, and you're inspired to not one up it, but how can I implement something similar into my vision? So that's what I think's really going on. Nobody's in a panic. What I'm in a panic over, and I think what a lot of us are getting really tired of, is the engagement farming, right? The clickbait. It's a lot of what social media over the last 2 months has become, is like, for example, the monetization on Twitter seemed like a really good idea. Even on me, I'm thinking, yeah, seems like a great idea. But what ended up happening is a lot of people started saying crazy and outlandish things, not because they believed it, but because it gave them traction to the post and gave them money for it. It's the same thing as you see, like when people are like, oh my God, IGN did it again. It's like, no, the social media team got you to click on their post, to click on the link that tells you about Starfield, right? It's their clickbait to get you on their site. And guess what? It works because they keep doing it. It's those things that I get really annoyed by. It's the Starfield versus, XYZ. You put your name here. And listen, we've done it too because it gets butts in seats. It's just it's the unfortunate way of doing business. And the hope is you click on, let's just say, Starfield versus Spider-Man, right? I think we did something similar where we had like a fun conversation about it. We're hoping that the content is reflective in the title, and it also keeps your butt staying in this seat and watching and listening. Same with IGN, same with anybody making any type of article or any type of title. It's sadly what it's come is not about the content of your product. It becomes, how do I put a name in here that helps my SEO search so that I get more clicks on this site.
Yes,
that's really what it's come down to. That's the sad thing.
I highly suggest everyone listening or watching this. I just retweeted a thread from the other day from the game director of Deathloop, Dinga Bakaba, who had a great thread about this whole thing. And it's like, I won't read it all because there's like several tweets, but it's basically like, as a dev, enjoy the feeling of being awestruck and starstruck and wondering how they do it. And then he says, be patient with yourself because every game dev goes through it. And 3, trust in what you're making is basically like the big thing, right? Like don't put yourself. It's like the imposter syndrome thing that we all go through as content creators. I just had it the other day of like, don't compare yourself with others. Trust in what you're making and make the best thing you possibly can. Yep. Just know that every game dev goes through the same thing, and you're all striving to not make $1 billion, but to make your player base happy, to make the product that you make a fun one for people to play. And his thread is awesome on the whole thing. So go read it in full because it's great.
Yeah. Next question comes from Gav's Goatee. They write, here's a question. Okay, I'm in. It has not been announced or anything, but where the hell is Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy Remaster, and why can I not, at the very least, stream it on PlayStation Plus? At this point, you can play every single Final Fantasy on PS5 except the 13 Trilogy. Rand over, keep killing it, gents. That's the one with lightning, right?
Yep. So here's the thing, Gavs. You sound a whole lot about like me with Star Ocean 2. I ranted and raved about it for years, and we finally got it. So I'm gonna help you with this because I love Final Fantasy 13. I think it gets way too much hate for it being too linear and really being a huge departure from the other Final Fantasy games. Yeah, I would love a remaster or a way to play it on current consoles. Whether or not it's the similar to like FF8 just coming out and looking a little bit prettier, I'm totally down for that. I'm not a huge fan of the 2 sequels, but the first game is really, really good, and you can see the bones of the of where Final Fantasy is now, like in 16, in 13.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
yeah, they need to put it out there because it's not slowly happening, but I've noticed it too. But it's like, yeah, why aren't they available to play right now? You can play it on Xbox backwards compatibility, which is great, but like, what about us over here at PlayStation Land? I don't know.
I'm seeing a lot of people really like have admiration for 13, where I feel like when that game came out, it was very like ostracized for being different.
Very much so.
I like to see. Yeah, I'd like to see that too come back. I think I do own it on PS3.
Sweet.
Because everybody tells me that's the one I would really like. But I really like 16. So if it's kind of like 16.
It's got a very cool combat system where you pick like 3 jobs, similar to like the icons, where you can switch between and they each have their own skills. And it's not just lightning. You can do that for your party of like 3 or is it 3 and 13? Yeah, 3 players. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time.
All right, cool. It's cool beans. M9 Prime writes in, question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah. If you had any 2 franchises to do a collaboration, which franchises, would it be? Oh my God, that was hella gross. I hope it didn't catch on mic. Which world and which style would you want them to use? Think Street Fighter X Tekken or the SNES game Battletoads Double Dragon.
Yeah, a little bit of a cheat answer.
Okay. Yeah.
I want a PlayStation mascot kart racer so bad. Give me Mario Kart with PlayStation characters.
Fair.
Please. Yeah. I know there is a Bloodborne kart being made unofficially, and it looks awesome. Just give me Nathan Drake racing alongside Asterbot on like through the streets of Raccoon City. That's what I want.
Honestly, Sony, Nintendo, Kiss, Makeup, Super Smash Brothers X PlayStation All Stars.
Yes,
let's do it.
Absolutely.
Or it's just PlayStation. Like, dude, let me see the Bloodborne Hunter, and he could just be a skin clone of like, Link.
Yeah.
Let me see Nathan Drake be just a straight up clone of like Barack Obama's favorite character, Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
His main. You believe that the leader of the free world played Super Smash Brothers? That doesn't make you seem cooler, Barry. You had more important things to do.
On a less bigger scale, I would say a funny one because I'm staring at it right now. Give me a Last of Us cross Parappa the Rapper. Get Ellie in like a rapping game. I would love to see that.
She's just trying to do the jokes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like it. Bertos Maximus writes in, hey guys, hope you're both doing well. Joe, I hope your dog is doing okay. Spoiler alert. With the issues with your dog. But listen again.
Yeah.
We got clarity, hindsight,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Closure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. I'm going to be good.
Yes, you are.
Give me a week. I'll be fine.
You are.
So, question this week, Final Fantasy 16 related. Have either of you platted it? And if so, is it hard to do or an impossible task? I'm having so much fun and is definitely my game of the year. As usual, stay safe, keep making the brilliant show for us, and have a good one from one of your many friends across the pond. Thank you so much, Bertos.
Thank you, Bertos.
Thank you for the kind words, by the way.
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate that.
As mentioned, neither of us have platted it.
Yeah.
We're still going through it. I know you have to replay it on Final Fantasy mode. Which is hard mode. However, you can use those rings to make it a little bit easier, and that does not invalidate it. So I think that will be my plan. And if you do everything you possibly can on the first playthrough, all the side quests, get all the weapons, do all the combat stuff, like whenever you gain a new power, you instantly do those trophies, because that's what I've been doing. You should be in good shape to just speed run it through all the main missions, and have like the ring on that allows you to automatically evade and all that stuff.
Ooh, okay.
And it shouldn't be too bad. It's not an FF7 remake plat situation where that hard mode was intense.
Okay.
So I think it's definitely doable.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it then.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try it then. It's weird because as much as I love a good action game, right? Like, I just suck at the combat of Final Fantasy 16. But I love it, but I know I'm just terrible at it.
Let me tell you, once you get a power I just got, you are going to fall in love with it. It takes a parry to the next level.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Okay. Una writes in, hey guys, hope you're both doing well as you can be. I am. My question this week is, when has a collectible in a game you missed popped up out of nowhere that put you back on track to finding all of that collectible? Not so many all the time, but you know the one that gets me and gets my goat every single time, Kyle?
Yeah.
Returnal.
Oh my God, that stupid glyph.
So stupid.
That glyph, and then there was one audio log that only spawned in one side room that would never load because there was an actual bug or something that didn't get fixed until, a week or two later.
Stop making collectibles the thing. Stop.
Or at least not randomized ones.
Yeah.
Stop it. Returnal's a good answer. I would say the first time I played Last of Us and found a Firefly pendant that wasn't already given me, and it popping up and seeing all the missed ones that I missed because they're hidden pretty well. Especially like the ones hanging on trees or whatnot. I'm like, oh crap, I have to go back and immediately play all the chapters to get them.
Cowboy Danger D writes, a statement from the Sony Pony Express.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make a statement. Thank you to the absolute amazing community. I had some changes with scheduling and learning new things at my job, and the community was so nice outpouring. I just wanted to say I love you guys. Y'all are amazing, and anything anyone is trying to accomplish for their goals, you've got this. As always, much love and shiny side up.
Oh man, thank you, so Cowboy much. Danger D. That's amazing.
We really have the best community on the internet.
It's pretty great.
We truly do. The community's just gosh dang wonderful. Yeah. We don't deserve you guys. Thank you guys so much.
And I hope everything at the new stuff at the job is going well.
Absolutely.
Danger D. I know you're gonna crush it, but I hope everything's going well.
Also, I thought about Danger D the other day.
Yeah.
Because I saw a big pickup truck that was carrying another big giant pickup truck.
Oh,
isn't that redundant? I'm like, how crazy that is.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like one of those trucks that like it's literally one of the trucks that picks up like other cars that are broken down, picking up another truck that is made for, taking up like broken ass cars.
Nice.
So I was like, that's silly. And I thought of Danger D. And I was like, yeah. Solo writes in, our newest patron. Hello. Hey guys, just wanted to state I was looking for a solid PlayStation podcast to enjoy and found it here. Love the show and the topics y'all discuss. Keep up the great work and the sense of humor involved. I feel like this night's episode, because we are horned up for some reason. Anyway, too much Sex in the City for me. Love the brand Sony Pony and would like to like to know how it came up and got this guy up here.
What?
Kyle Stevenson.
Oh yeah, it was me. I forget how. I think we were. Oh, as what we alluded to earlier, there was a segment that Joe used to do that I was never super comfortable with, as I felt it.
So.
Maybe that is why our PlayStation Direct issues are a thing. Who knows? But it involved Joe going to a certain member of PlayStation and steal. Okay, you're saying it good. And stealing his mail and saying awful things. And that was every week. That was our mail section. And I was just like, I forgot how I landed on this one, but I thought of like old mail things, and real Pony Express came to mind. I was like, oh, just lean into the fanboyness and do Sony Pony Express. Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's such a great name.
It fits.
I would like to know where Sony Pony came from, like the term.
Is it just because it rhymes and people are like, okay?
Yeah, it's like phonetically, and like. But like ponies aren't a real horse.
Whoa.
It's like, gotcha, you dumb idiot.
hold on. Do you really don't think ponies exist?
No, I know
Okay.
ponies exist,
Okay.
but like they're not real horses or whatever because they're smaller. They're made for kids or something. They're probably crossbred with a donkey, and that's why they're so short. Some type of birth defect that we've bred into them because we're monsters like that.
I can't find an actual answer. Someone just because it rhymes.
Like pugs can't sleep good because that's we bred that into them, because they looked cute. They looked so ugly it was cute, so we just bred them that way.
I guess.
Just makes you think.
Yeah.
Everybody, that has been the trophy room this week.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
You
found the term?
No, I found the term. It just says definition, a Sony fanboy. All right, cool. Okay. And then coordinated terms, Xbot, which we knew. Did you know that people call Nintendo fans Nintendrones?
Yes.
I've never heard that until this very moment.
Yeah, a few times because they just do whatever, Doug says.
Huh.
Go play as these little seeds with different colors.
Logan in chat says origin of Sony Pony was on the GameFAQs Xbox 360 boards to describe the Sony fanboys who would come galloping over to the Xbox boards whenever there was bad Sony news or when PSN was shut down. Oh, that makes sense.
The more you know.
The more you know.
The more you know. And now it's just people that are too involved with, the box.
Yeah.
And listen, we host a PlayStation show, but I love when I hear Xbox folks going, I like your show.
Yeah.
It makes me feel nice.
Yep.
When Nintendo people come in here going, I ate a whole bottle of glue. Because Doug Bowser told me to. I love this show. Also, you ever heard this Miyamoto quote? Also, I think it smells like toast in here. Does anybody else smell toast?
Oh my god. When you said ate a whole bottle of glue, I, for some reason, thought of Billy Madison in kindergarten and his teacher. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Oh god. Billy Madison is such a great movie. That Veronica Vaughn is one piece of ash. I would know from experience. No, you wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. And of course, my second favorite quote: "If pee in your pants is cool, then consider me Miles Davis."
Oh man,
the greatest movie ever.
Adam Sandler deserves way more credit than he actually gets.
Way more. Not for the gemstones or whatever that he got.
People focus on the Netflix movies more and need to realize the lengthy list of other, greats he gave us.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
All right, Kyle, that's been the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. And honestly, God, did I need this episode. I needed it so bad.
It finally just hit me what you meant by that gemstones thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What was the movie called?
Uncut Gems.
There you go.
A very serious movie.
I hated it. Kyle, anything you'd like to spotlight before you get on out of here?
Spotlight on myself, Mr. Queso, pretty much everywhere. Something for 6-1 Indie, we're doing smaller showcases now, we announced, in between the big mini indie showcase. So last weekend I went to Play NYC, which is a local New York gaming expo run by Playcrafting, and we highlighted 10 awesome indies there, and we put together a little 15-minute thing showing them off, having the devs talk about their games. So go check that out. That airs on Thursday, as well as our podcast this week and for next week is all about Play NYC and the games we played. Some really fun things. Let me tell you, there's a game, Joe, that you're going to absolutely love.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I think it's called Neon. I always forget it. It's Neon something, but it's a very cool, it does a thing where it's like a side-scrolling 8-bit pixel art game, but you have to like shoot in the background and worry about enemies in the foreground, like on the fly.
Ooh.
And it like the background reminds me of like Time Crisis, like in the arcade where you have to duck and whatever.
Full stop. I'm in.
And then you have to back out and deal with the enemies like a side scroll and beat them up. It's awesome. But yeah, check it out on Thursday at youtube.com/61indie. And of course, the main big mini indie showcase is August 31st, which apparently is like the indie showcase day. There's like 3 other ones at the same day, but we're leading the charge at 10 a.m. Eastern. So yeah,
Nice.
Keep it locked to all that fun stuff. Indie games are alive and well.
And y'all, you can follow me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. You can follow me over at Mr._Badbit on Threads. Does anybody even go there anymore? Who knows? Find out when you follow me there. And please share me your puppy pictures. If you got a dog, a cat, an iguana, anything, a pet that you love, send it my way. Send it like, here's a pic.
How about a pet rock?
You know?
Can I send you a pet rock?
Pet rock with googly eyes will do.
Okay.
Yeah, and just tell me about him. Why you love him? That's actually gonna help me a lot. Seeing other doggos has helped me a tremendous deal. You know. So, and again, I want to thank everybody for being just so wonderful and supportive the past few weeks as we've been going through it. So, thank you all so very much. And of course, next week you can find me here reacting live to the opening night live with Geoff Keighley and me, Joe, aka Mr. Badbit. So there you go. You can follow this show over at PS Trophy Room on Twitter. You can follow this show over on YouTube at PS Trophy Room as well. You can follow the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast, wherever you find your podcast service of choice. And next week, Kyle, remind me, we're going to announce one of our biggest giveaways ever. That was an
What?
That's right. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, alligators are upset because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Out of the way. Keep your wits about you. Keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation.
But I wipe my own ass. I love you.